Good morning, everyone. This is Paula back to work on our number 7, I believe, of our December daily. I'll get it out in a minute. So the day I'm working on is Friday, December the 7th. And it just so happened that we did watch my daughter's 2 children that night, which was Lucy and Charlie. Lucy's 11 and Charlie is 5. Charlie will be 6 in March. So, Charlie is the one that you guys have been saying prayers for. He was in really good spirits that night. And so, Papa got him dinner from Charlie's Chicken, and they ate that, and then watched a Christmas movie, and you know, played with Grammy's leg machine that massages my legs, because that's a whole nother story. And then I said, hey, before you go home and before Mom and Daddy get here, Grammy wants your picture in front of the tree. I know it's not Christmas yet, but we can still have our picture taken. And so they were very cooperative, except Charlie. Charlie wanted to roll his eyes up to the... He can roll his eyes in any direction, and it looks creepy when he does it. And I said, no, Grammy needs one that's not creepy, Charlie. He is so funny. Anyway, he was in really good spirits all night. So they both got ice cream. We sugared them up and sent them home. I think that's what parents are supposed to do, right? Or grandparents. That's what grandparents are supposed to do. Send them home all sugared up. So what I have in mind for this page is, on Lucy's, I'm going to put a little bit of bling. Because... I mean, I bought some bling and I just need to use it. And so this picture of my husband, he looks very tired. He had worked all day. So I'm going to cut the tip off of this glue a little bit. It just, you know, it's at its stage of no return. This is the thing I hate the most about. I need to get my clip out and clip my book open. That would probably help. I was going to show you guys how the Mary Poppins page turned out, and I will before we get off of here. So I'm going to try to do another video later trying to get this Mary Poppins book done, because I think the movie comes out on the 19th, and I mean, someone might want it before then. Okay, so, of course she wanted Pawpaw in the picture with her, and so did Charlie. Pawpaw's like all excited about that. Took off his ball cap, and his hair's kind of everywhere, but it's okay. He's the best Pawpaw in the world. So Lucy has really grown. She's going to end up being very tall. Her name is Lucy Bloom. And Charlie is Charlie James. So I'm going to try to fit both of these little pictures on here. Might have to slide one under the other. I don't know. We'll have to see by which one I like. You know, I like the one of her by herself. You know, naturally, that's the one I would like to put on there, but she wanted one with Pawpaw too. I was just going to take one. Well, that's just not possible with Charlie. You know, he's got to make faces and all that before he can get to the serious pictures. And you got to catch him without making a fake smile. He's at that age, you know, where he wants to fake smile. It just cracks me up. Okay. These December dailies are fun. I hadn't even thought about ever doing one before because, you know, I just thought, what in the world am I going to do to make it, you know, when you don't do anything, what are you going to do? So, there's Lucy. All right. Now, let's decide which one we want to slide underneath. Or do we want to put them both on one side? It's going to be kind of thick if we do that. I could trim these down. That's what we'll do. Let's just trim these little things down. I don't want to get too much bulk in the center of the book down in the spine because it's, you know, it'll make the book more bulky than it's already going to be. And see, after Christmas, what I will do is I'll journal about Christmas Day, but then I'll be adding pictures. After December 31st, I'll be adding pictures from the day. So then it kind of becomes an album. That's better, isn't it? Yeah. But now, what are we going to do elsewhere? I have some pink flowers that I want to use with her in Alaska, but I haven't got any pictures of Alaska yet by the tree, but I will. I want to use these flowers. They kind of had a poinsettia look to me, and they're pink. So I thought, they don't have to be really pink. But also, I want to use an angel on here because she's one of my 5 angels. And she's one of the older ones, so we'll put an angel on here for sure. Let me get them open. There's probably more than 5 angels that live in our house, but I'm just going to count the angels that... I have this one little angel of 2 together. I thought I'd save it of the 2 girls together. I love to take pictures of them together, and they love having their pictures taken together. So it ought to be fun. Of course, I can't open a package without tearing it to pieces. Now I don't have to listen to that anymore. Okay, so I want to use the poinsettias, but I also want to get over here close to the stitching. Now this has already got sticky on the back, so I have to be careful. Don't stick yet. We're not ready. But I want to put it like this. I wonder what it will look like with the flowers. Let's try one of the pink ones. If I can get it out of there. And I know these are not poinsettias, but they reminded me of poinsettias. Because they didn't have any pink ones. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe we could put that there. And maybe put the angel here. And then I could journal down here. Yeah, now where are we going to put our number? So this, I said, was number 7. There's number 8. Let's see if I can find number 7. You know, they're never going to be in order when you start looking for them. At least I'm thinking that. Let's see, what do we got in here? Yeah, those, maybe that's a 7. So I think it is. Ta-da! Of course, there's gold around the angel. And thinking the 7 needs to come down if I flip the pictures, but then I'd have everything. If I put her and Papa up here, I'd have the angel down here, but the this would still be there. Let's see what that looks like. We'll just switch the pictures out. Okay. The thing about using this heavy glitter stuff is it will take a little bit longer to dry. So that's kind of a bummer, but we'll put day 7 up here. And then angel right here. How's that? That works. Okay, we got to get busy gluing. So maybe, you never know, if we get busy gluing, we might be able, well, we still got to do Charlie. We got to do Charlie, so we do need to be busy. I'm going to get a clip. Excuse me for a minute. I'm going to clip this page down so I don't have to fight with it the whole time that we're working on it. You know what I mean? After they get so thick, they start getting more and more difficult. Come on. Got to have hands strong enough to hold the clips down too. It's not always easy. Okay, now see, it still wants to go up because it just does. But the more we can put on there, the better. Now, I'm not going to use those scissors, so we'll be good. Let me get another clip. See if I can hold down some of the lower pages. I just don't want to tear my pages. Because I'm going to have a lot of pictures to put in those pages eventually. Well, that just made it worse, didn't it? Maybe if we attach it to the book itself. That didn't help. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. Just not going to worry about it. Okay, so we need to put some glue on here. I'm wondering if we want a stencil on here with some pink. Does that sound like fun, stenciling? Let me grab a stencil. Sorry, guys. I had a stencil last night, but it was, I'm just going to bring them over here and keep them over here till I'm done with my book. I just thought we could put like a, some flowery stencil or something on hers. And then on Charlie's, we could do, I'm looking here to see what I've got. Believe it or not, I have poinsettias, butterflies. Oh, I've got a cute little Christmas tree we could do with Charlie. Got birds and flowers. Let's just do one of these flowers. They're not really poinsettias either, but that's all right. Now, yesterday I used, I wonder what I did with that little, oh, there it is. I used the blue archival. Today I'm using the pink archival with the opposite side of the stencil. So I like this little flower that has the little stems and so forth, but I don't want to mess with stems. So we're just gonna, let's see if this works. We'll just see what happens. Looks like it's going to, doesn't it? If it has a little bit of blue mixed in, that's because I used it yesterday for blue. Of course, you know, I think archival doesn't stencil on as well as distressed or oxide. And honestly, I know people are going to go, you're kidding me, but My favorite is still Distressed. I liked the Distressed ink. Let's put one more down here. It was just my favorite. And when they came out with the oxide, I can see where it does smooth a little better, but I still like that. I was just so used to the oxides, or the Distressed, I guess, that, you know, I still have a lot of the small ones, and I use them still too, but I thought the refill bottle did better with the Distressed than the oxides do. I don't know. I just think when you have to refill your ink, that it just does better with that color. Okay, so now let's get to gluing. We'll put this one on the top. I just didn't want it to have just a plain old white background. You know, what can I say? You never know what's going to be on what page. So, okay, so now, yes, now my clip is in the wrong spot. So let's kind of move it to the side. And hopefully, maybe we can clip it on around here. Can't hurt anything to help hold it on, can it? Because this stuff does not, I mean, you have to really let it dry and weight it down. I weight it down. Like when we're all finished, I'll weight it down. Now I know I had a wipey. I'm sure I cleaned up the table or something with it from the last. I just finished making a bag to put on the, for the design team girls. We do these little challenges, and this month the challenge was to make a bag. And so that's exciting. Tracy makes it a lot of fun. I think our last one was to do a tag without any kind of nature. No leaves, no grass, no anything that has to do with nature. If it was a person, it couldn't even have flowers in its hair or in the background. So that was a hard one. And I made a couple, but I ended up having to go out of town. I never did get them turned in. So there we go. Let's hold that for a minute. This glitter paper, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it is not your typical glitter paper, and I like it. It has like little stuffs, and it does flake off some, but it's really cool looking compared to the, and of course I got glue on my picture. Let's see if it'll roll off. It did. Got on my hands, and then I got on the picture. But it looks like it's trying to stay down okay, so that's good. Let's see. Come on out of there, glue. Yeah. Okay, I think it's going to stay down, and then we'll weight it down. When we flip the page, we'll put something under it, and then we'll weight it down. Oh my goodness, this glue. I cut the top off the the glue to, you know, keep it from being so slow emptying, because it was just barely creeping out of there. And now it's just putting more glue out than it was. I tell you what, That thing is going to be the best of me. Let's put our angel on first. I think she needs to be right in the middle, but I also want this flower to be on here. I think I should bring the angel down a little bit, since Pawpaw probably wouldn't want me to say, "You little angel." He wouldn't care. He wouldn't care. And you know, there's male and female. Okay, so I'm covering this in glue pretty good too, because it kind of pops up a little bit. I'm going to kind of lean her in a little bit at an angle. This is going to be a bulky page, but that's all right. We were watching the kids. Mom and Dad had some kind of business dinner to go to, and but they were real good. I always feel like when I have my son's kids by themselves, they're pretty good, as long as the boys don't fight. And then when I have my daughter's kids together by themselves, they're pretty good if they don't fight. Believe it or not, the big difference in their age, they still fight. But when I have all 5 of them together, I mean, they have a good time playing and so forth, and they're no trouble, but they're so loud. You know, like, it's just like you almost feel like you gotta scream over them, you know. We'll try to talk them into going into Pawpaw's office or someplace. But we're usually opening gifts, and you know how it is when you open gifts, everybody's talking. Okay, now we put our flower on there, and we'll put our number on there, and then I'll do the journaling. I'll do the journaling later. This one side does not want to stay down, but this is popped up on a foam piece, so I don't think it's ever going to lay completely flat. Okay, now number 7, where did you go? Now we could put number 7. I'm thinking, where do I want him? Where do I want him? Like he's a number. He's like he's number 7 is a guy. Let's just put some glue on him to start with. Sorry, I kind of backed away. Every once in a while I just forget I'm talking to you. You would think that I wouldn't forget, but you guys, thank you all for the really nice comments that you've been leaving on my my channel. I appreciate it so much. It's really encouraging, and you know, gives you reason to not ever give up. You know, when you have people that appreciate what you're doing. And I know that my Etsy shop is really low right now. And I'm sorry, but that was because the Christmas ones were just jumping off the shelves. There is one thing left, which was a design team project, which really is awesome and would make a great gift. But let's see, do we want... I'm just going to put it right here. No reason, no rhyme or reason. And of course the glue's going to come out everywhere. Kind of holding on to that for a minute to give it a chance to... Of course it's leaking. glue. It always does when you put these numbers down. They just kind of have a tendency to ooze out everywhere. And the glue is at its worst right now. Let me get my little tool. I used to do ceramics. Can you tell? I still have my ceramics tool from a million years ago. But it really helps. It just lifts that big bulk of glue off of there and makes it easier. Then I don't have to worry about, because I know it's going to dry clear. I just don't want it to dry with the big old bulk of. And every now and then I get it on there, which is not cool. Look in here, man. There was a bunch. And there's some over on this side too. But I mainly wanted to get this part right here. If you let it dry a little bit too, just for a minute, it kind of keeps it from being so liquidy. And it will look better. Okay. Right over here. Okay, now hopefully this won't stay on top. The little glue marks. You just never know. Charlie is so funny. He's at that age. I was just thinking that this glue is like little boogers, you know. It just is disgusting. Rolls up and reminds me of that. But anyway, he was trying to decide what kind of ice cream he wanted when Papa went to get ice cream. And his thing is to say anything gross. I mean, the grosser the better. And I always tease his dad and say, you taught him that. He probably did. And so, you know, he'll just, he don't mind talking about anything that has to do with being gross. Whether it's, you know, boogers or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to show this real quick before we move on. Here is how the first half of page 7 turned out. Okay, now we're going to put something here. Let me find some. Let's put this part of my, and hopefully it won't stick to this too much. And then we'll do Charlie, his pages on the next page if we can get it to open. It's kind of glued shut here. I don't know how that happened. Okay, that's for that page. Let's move it out of the way. Oh, looks like my flowers bled through. Oh, that's right, it's archival. That's all right, because we're going to put some boys something over it. Let me grab a stencil right here while we're looking. See what I can find that might be more suitable for Charlie. Because I don't think I'll put a poinsettia on his. I think I'm going to see if I've got a tree. Like a Christmas tree or something like that, or some kind of Christmas something. I've got some Christmas ornaments. But you know what's going to happen? If I use the same, maybe I'll do his in, it's not too fun to do oxide, especially if it's a color. Let's see if I've got anything down here besides. No, all I've got is browns. Browns, blues, and pinks. Well, if I do, let's do the ornaments down here. We may not do them all. Let's just kind of do them down in this area. And you know what? We're just going to do them blue. And not worry if it oozes through. We probably won't do all 3 of them, because I think I have more pictures of him. I do. I have 3 pictures of him. So probably we'll do 2 and then 1. So we'll just do 2 of the ornaments. That way it'll be, I think I'll bring them down a little bit. Can you guys see? Okay. We'll just do these 2 on the bottom. And hopefully these are decent little ornaments. Now we're going to have a mixture of pink and blue probably, because I didn't wash my sponge. But I did use the opposite end. So that should matter for something. I don't know about your kids, but getting a Christmas list for the grandkids, it's like pulling teeth. And it's starting to make me a little upset. Because, you know, I can't physically get out and shop, you know, every single day. And if I had a list and knew exactly where to go. Plus, you don't want them to be disappointed by you just showing up with something, you know, on Christmas morning. And, no, you know, but their parents were kind of like, you just need to call them and ask them, because they're not telling us anything either. So, and if that's true, I can understand why that makes it difficult for Mom and Dad. Okay, so Charlie's eating his ice cream. And look how he's setting up there. He's too short for the bar. And he was fast to let me know that too. He said, Grammy, this is too short for me. Let's see. I'm going to find some paper instead of the glitter, I think, on him. I'm not crazy about the glitter on both sides of the... So let's see what we got. We got some Christmas trees. Excuse me. I'm yawning like I didn't sleep or something. Okay, so I had to talk him into this picture. And he wanted to get in my leg massager, and I told him, you have to let Grammy take your picture first. He cried the whole time we were at the pumpkin patch this year. And I was ready to strangle him, because I wanted some good pictures, you know. And he did not want to cooperate. He could care less about pictures, which I think is pretty normal for a 5-year-old. I thought I had some more of that paper in that folder. I don't know. The paper is, I'm getting low on the paper for this particular kit. And may have to steal from my other kit. I'm trying not to use both because I bought 2. I usually buy 2 kits when it's something for the girls, especially because they sit down and compare notes in their books. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. They do. It's kind of like, well, Grammy, why does she have this? And why does she have this and I don't have that? And you're just like, oh my word, are you kidding me? I just have to make something up. Like, you know, I don't know. I wonder if this little picture would slide in and out of here. It will if I cut a little bit off the bottom. And I've got these scissors that I bought this one pair of scissors. See, here he is in my leg massager and he thinks it's helping him watching his little games. My new Tim Holtz scissors are too tight for me. This needs to be glued, but I'm thinking if we can just put 2 pictures on here. Maybe do it like this, and then maybe put a saying on the front of the envelope. Put the 3rd picture inside the envelope. I just covered up what we just did, but that's okay. Okay, let's do that because I don't want them to be identical. You know what I mean? Merry and bright. I tell you, this year there has been a lot of pink or pastels for Christmas papers, which hasn't hurt my feelings. I mean, I sewed 2 of the pink Santa books because everybody wanted them, and I just had enough to make 2. But I'm sorry, I'm over here trying to straighten this picture. I got it on here a little crooked. And so, you know, I try to make everybody happy and as much as I can. But I haven't had any people gripe when they miss a book. You know, if they try to go get a book, they understand it's whoever gets over there first. It's the only thing I can do because I don't have PayPal. At least I don't have it yet. I've had it before and they keep getting confused. Why I want PayPal. They keep telling me I have it under all those same numbers, but yet they can't pull it up for me. Isn't that weird? Okay, we need another piece, another wipey, because Grammy's covered in more glue than the picture is. Alright. Let's see if I can get my little eraser. Can you guys see what I'm doing over here? I'm going to move it up so you can see. Down in this corner right here, we have Mr. Glue. And I don't want it to be on my picture, so I'm going to roll it off with my little adhesive remover, which basically looks like an eraser but works a little different. It doesn't erase pencil marks or anything like that. Now see, it's going to make my picture crooked. Well, maybe not. That's surprising because the other one dried really fast, and probably because it was in the right spot. You don't ever want to wet your paper before you do this, because it will tear it to smithereens. Okay, I think we got it all off of there. Let me look at this one. You know I'm old, so I have to look close up. Let me glue this little envelope down just a tiny bit so it'll be drying while we I love to make envelopes out of music sheets. I don't know about you guys, but I just love them. Especially when it's yellowed and gotta put something on the front of this. I wonder how many angels I have left. Okay, so we'll let the envelope dry and then we can slide Charlie's picture inside there, and I'm going to put some kind of caption on the front. Okay, so that's drying. Set that aside. Now let's get Mr. Man all glued on there in his little spot. He usually sits at our kitchen table because he's short in the britches, but he wanted to be in there with everybody. So we made it work because we were all wanting to eat and watch TV at the same time. There we go. Of course, there's glue leaking right there. I felt it first thing. Here's some leaking right there. Grrr. If I could roar like a lion and not bust your eardrums, I would. Okay, now get the little cutie patootie on here. He looks good right now compared to what he did. He's swollen a little bit from the steroids, but that'll go away once he gets off of them. And we're keeping our fingers crossed that that's what will happen, so that his immune system can do what it's meant to do. Okay, so I'm going to put this one down here. Hold that down. Okay, there we go. A little bit of glue, but not too bad. Might have to add a little bit more down in there. We'll see. Trying to think what we could put on. I'll have to go around with my little adhesive remover here in a minute, but I want to decide. Okay, so we're going to put Charlie's picture inside here, just like that. I think I'll doodle on the envelope. It's not quite dry enough yet. It's getting on my picture. Let me see what the problem is. Maybe I put too much too far down. Come open. Let's see. Yeah. I'll have to go in there and do a little bit of erasing. I'm going to have to do it here off to the side, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have a bare spot anywhere else. Sometimes this will work, sometimes it won't, because you really got to get over the top of it. Let me see if that helped. It's still sticky on the back portion. I know a way to get it out of there, but want to get as much out of it as I can on my own. All right, I'm going to show you. Have you ever used one of these little powder puffs? This is, I forget what they're called, and it doesn't have a name on it. But you get them in stamping sections, and it's a little pouch full of powder. It's like a baby powder or talcum powder or something like that. And you can put it over the sticky area. See if it worked. And it takes the sticky away. Worked real good. Let's do it one more time just to make sure. And it won't ruin your picture or anything. All right, let's try this one more time. Get my little babies. He was so cute. The only thing that was hanging down inside that little leg vibrator. Oh, and it squeezes. If you have Charlie horses or anything wrong with your legs, which I do, it helps with neuropathy, and it has different speeds that will just come in and squeeze on your foot. And okay, so I'm going to put him in here, close it up, and I'm going to get my little red pen or my blue pen. What do I want? I think I want the blue since it's a little boy. And I'm going to write on here, Charlie's pick inside. So whoever opens it up will know to look inside. And while we're here, we're just going to doodle around it. Give it a little bit of some kind of life. There. That's cute. And then we'll just kind of just lay it on there. We got to figure out a way to prop it on there. Let me think. I need a little tuck somewhere, don't I? Like I don't already have 15,000 tucks in this book. I'm not kidding you. No, maybe that's the other one. I have a lot in the Mary Poppins. It's got more than the average tucks in it. You can make a tuck any size you want. That's the nice thing about them. But you don't want to go overboard with one this small, putting too much glue, because you'll never have a place to put your sorry, just conked the camera. That happens every now and then. Okay, when this dries, we'll put his little envelope in there. But in the meantime, we just finished day 7. Here's the first half. This is the second half. We'll lay this right here, and I will go back and journal both of these as they dry I like to stand them up like this to let them dry. I don't know how you guys do it, but I will dry them like this. That way there's, you know, no sticking to the other pages. All right, guys. Well, I did knock the camera over. I'm sorry. So sorry, guys. I will hopefully be able to come back later on and work on Mary Poppins a little bit more before she gets finished up. But if not, I'll see you tomorrow for December 8th, which is really December what? It'll be December the 11th. It's the 11th today, so tomorrow's the 12th. So we'll catch up as soon as I have a page that doesn't have as much stuff. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. And when we reach 1,000, we're going to give away a prize. I haven't decided what that is yet, but